Today we're going to talk about all the differences between the latest iPhone 16 and the one generation old iPhone 15 to help you decide which iPhone is going to make the most sense for you to buy if you're in the market for a new iPhone right now. There's a handful of both big and small differences between these two iPhone generations that you definitely want to know before investing any money in either of them. So undoubtedly the biggest difference between the iPhone 16 and the iPhone 15 is the fact that the iPhone 16 will be supporting Apple Intelligence, which is Apple's new, very extensive set of AI features that are rolling out starting next month in October, while the iPhone 15, on the other hand, will not be getting any Apple Intelligence features. And this difference is a result of the iPhone 16 being powered by Apple's new A18 processor, while the iPhone 15 is powered by the older A16 processor. And Apple Intelligence is a bigger deal than many people currently realize, as it'll undoubtedly change the way you use your iPhone. Apple Intelligence has features that range from writing tools, such as having the ability to rewrite a message or note to take on a totally different tone or format with just a click, to being able to proofread an email to check for spelling or grammar mistakes, to a much smarter version of Siri that can cross-reference information across your email, messages, contacts, and more to deliver information or perform requests just from asking conversational questions like, when does mom's flight arrive, for example. And Siri will also be aware of what's on your screen, so you can ask questions about whatever you're looking at and it'll be contextually aware of that. It could also show you message thread and email summaries to save time, and with the visual intelligence feature, you can point your iPhone at restaurants, objects, flyers, pets, and get information about whatever you pointed it at instantly. And then take actions like making a reservation at a restaurant you identified with visual intelligence. You also have the ability to generate custom images, emoji, and much more. And as much as going for the iPhone 15 and missing out on these features may not seem like that big of a deal, this extensive of a set of AI features built right into iOS on the iPhone 16 is going to completely change the way everyone uses their iPhone, starting now, leading into the next several years as people slowly start to upgrade to newer iPhones. So this is definitely a big loss for the overall longevity of the iPhone 15, as it won't be getting any Apple Intelligence features. In terms of differences between the iPhone 16 and iPhone 15 beyond Apple Intelligence, there's actually quite a few. The iPhone 16 has a customizable action button on the left side of the device, which you can configure to perform a wide variety of actions with just a press. It could be anything from recording a voice memo to opening up an application of your choice to triggering a shortcut of your choice, while the iPhone 15 simply has the mute ringer switch that we've had all along. And on the right side, the iPhone 16 features a new camera control button that'll open up the camera application with just a click, and allows you to take photos with just another click, and to take videos with a click and hold. In addition, with a lighter press, it opens up a menu that allows you to zoom in or out just by sliding your finger across the button. And with a double light press, you can access even more camera controls, cycle through all of them, and use them, all from this clickable and touch-sensitive button, making the iPhone more suitable for taking photos and videos easier, and also makes the iPhone feel a little bit more like a DSLR camera. And of course, the iPhone 15 doesn't feature the camera control button. While both the action button and the camera control button are nice to have additions, neither of them are game changers by any means. And speaking of the camera, there's a handful of noteworthy camera differences between the iPhone 16 and iPhone 15. Thanks to an improved ultra-wide lens, the iPhone 16 now has a macro photography capability that allows you to take super up-close and sharp images, while the iPhone 15 doesn't have a macro photography capability. You're also now able to take spatial photos and videos with the iPhone 16 for viewing on the Apple Vision Pro, while the iPhone 15 is not able to do so. This is why the camera orientation on the iPhone 16 is now vertical instead of horizontal like it is on the 15, as the cameras need to be stacked on top of each other in order to get the stereoscopic information needed for spatial photos and videos. But considering the vast majority of iPhone users don't own an Apple Vision Pro, this isn't going to matter for most people. The improved ultra-wide camera lens on the iPhone 16 that I was just talking about has a larger aperture of f2.2 in comparison to the f2.4 aperture that the iPhone 15's ultra-wide camera lens has. And it also has bigger pixels, meaning it can capture more light for better image quality, which is going to especially help out in low light situations. The iPhone 16 features a handful of improvements for audio recording within videos as well. Wind noise reduction for videos being one of them, another being spatial audio capture for videos, which will create a more immersive experience when listening back on AirPods, Apple Vision Pro, or your home sound setup. And also a new feature called Audio Mix that'll use machine learning to separate the vocals of people talking from background noise. There's a few modes for this, one mode allowing you to add effects such as a studio-like effect to reduce reverb, another that allows you to isolate the vocals of the person talking on camera from the background noise, and more. While most people probably won't have a use case for something like this, it's great for people really into videography or film. The iPhone 16's main camera lens also features an anti-reflective coating to help reduce lens flare, which is nice to see. The fact that the iPhone 15 lacks these new camera features isn't even going to be noticeable to most people, because these are just some nice to have additions and some features for camera aficionados. So you're not missing out on anything huge by using the camera on the iPhone 15 versus the camera on the iPhone 16. And one of the most enticing improvements coming to the iPhone 16 is a big battery boost. The iPhone 16 features a larger battery in combination with increased efficiency due to the new A18 chip, which Apple mentioned will provide a big battery boost. On their website, Apple rates the iPhone 16 as being capable of 2 additional hours of video playback than the iPhone 15. The iPhone 16's front display glass will be more durable than the iPhone 15's front display glass. The iPhone 16 has the latest generation ceramic shield glass on the front, which is 50% tougher than the first generation ceramic shield glass that the iPhone 15 has. As always, a percentage gain like this is probably going to vary on a whole host of factors, but improved durability is always nice to see. In terms of actual display quality and tech, the iPhone 15 and iPhone 16 are exactly the same, except for the fact that the iPhone 16's display can get dimmer than the iPhone 15's display. The iPhone 16's display can go all the way down to 1 nit, which will be great for using your iPhone in the dark. And aside from Apple Intelligence support, the A18 chip in the iPhone 16 provides processing power and efficiency gains, in comparison to the older A16 processor that the iPhone 15 has. The difference in processing power isn't going to be something that you're going to notice when doing typical day-to-day tasks, but you might notice it in very heavy use case situations when you're pushing your iPhone to its limit. The iPhone 16 also features a new optimized thermal design with a tweaked logic board and a new thermal substructure to help dissipate heat, which is going to come in handy in heavy use case situations like gaming, leading to up to 30% higher sustained performance when gaming. The iPhone 16 also now supports AAA games that were previously only available on the last year's 15 Pro models, where the standard iPhone 15, of course, doesn't support these AAA games. And in terms of pricing, the iPhone 16 starts at $799, and the iPhone 15 starts at $699. So a $100 difference between these two devices. And yeah, those are pretty much all the differences between the iPhone 16 and the iPhone 15. So all this being said, which one should you buy? In my opinion, the iPhone 16 is by far the better value here because of its Apple Intelligence support. As I mentioned before, Apple Intelligence will change the way all of us use our iPhones to communicate, get things done, and learn new information as a result of the many features it's bringing to the table. And I think investing a sizable amount of money in an iPhone that doesn't support any of Apple's new AI features, being $699 for the iPhone 15, is not a great investment in late 2024 going into 2025. As if you're already prepared to spend $699 for the 15, spending an extra $100 to get the 16 for $799 with Apple Intelligence support is worth it. If Apple Intelligence wasn't a factor here, it would be a much tougher decision to make, as the other improvements and changes the iPhone 16 brought to the table are nice to have, but are nothing groundbreaking. But the large scope of capabilities that Apple Intelligence brings to the table makes it pretty clear to me that it's easily worth an extra $100, as you'll get an iPhone that's going to be able to be used in a modern context for several years to come. And as much as it's very annoying that Apple's only 1-year-old iPhone 15 isn't getting any of their new AI features, the sad reality is the iPhone 15 and older will start to feel a bit dated and limited a little quicker than you might think as a result of it getting no Apple Intelligence support. But alright everybody, that just about wraps it up for this video. Let me know down below in the comments what iPhone you're currently using, and if you're considering upgrading to a new iPhone, let me know which iPhone you're considering upgrading to. Thank you all so much for watching, and of course, as always, I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.